Good afternoon. Welcome to She Bites Daily. I'm your host, Mandalena, and these are your major Metoo news for Wednesday, June 19th. A day home operator's husband has been sentenced for molesting a little girl. Calgary local Kenneth Jenkinson has been found guilty in the courts of inappropriately touching an 8-year-old girl under the care of his wife. In November of 2015, Jenkinson had put his hand down the girl's shirt in the private, unlicensed day home operation of, again, his wife. The young girl told her parents what had happened, and they removed her from the care house that day. Also, an occasion when his wife wasn't home, Jenkinson would be the primary caregiver for the children. The Calgary judge gave Jenkinson, who is 72, now 4 months in jail with 1 year probation. When Jenkinson is released, the judge ruled he can't communicate with children under the age of 12 without adult supervision. Well, whoop-de-doo, a longtime predator gets a summer season in jail and then is allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants when he gets out, including seeing underage kids with the supervision of their parents. It's not outstanding to know that these judges have zero concept of how dangerous these men are, then that they then release so quickly back into society. Oh, it's important to note that this asshole faced similar ousting brought forward by 2 other children that he was acquitted of. He was acquitted of those charges. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that none of it has been proven in court, which keeps Papa Ken safe and the patriarchy thriving thanks to a legal system that is built by them for them. Public accusations of corporate sexual abuse and harassment have fallen to their lowest level since October of 2017. When Los Angeles producer Harvey Weinstein was ousted and the online Metoo movement started. According to data compiled by crisis consultant Temin & Co., 12 complaints generated media coverage in May compared to 143 last October. The firm tracked 1,277 high-profile incidents over the last 3.5 years. In order to be included, an ousted abuser must generate multiple press reports. About half of those men have lost their jobs. Davia Temin, founder of Temin & Co., says the initial outpour was a historical backlog of revelations, but news cycles have moved on and companies have gotten more sophisticated in how they manage criminal behavior and negative PR. Yeah, no shit. All I needed to do is read one title of one of these news articles to understand exactly what's going on here. We are getting dummied by the fraternity of the corporate world. There has never been a worse time for women to come forward. Companies are now using the strongest weapon available to them, which are non-disclosure agreements, which are gag orders on women, forced arbitration meetings where a woman sits with her assailant and talks it out in order to keep her job, all completely orchestrated by their company and, of course, their unions. They include targeting, ostracizing, vilifying, silencing. You'll get pitchforked out of your social arena and village. And again, the key component to these weapons is silencing, keeping survivor women afraid to speak up, afraid of being targeted again, afraid to lose our jobs, afraid to lose our income, lose housing, lose our friends, lose our relationships, lose our support. And this is all after we've already been assaulted or harassed or raped. It is because we are still the most disposable employees. We are disposable. Women are cheap to hire and cheap to fire. Do yourselves a favor. Don't whistleblow within your cult. You go outside your cult and you whistleblow. In fact, in fact, not all news outlets are the same, obviously, as we can see. In fact, most are absolutely afraid of publishing your story in fear of those corporate slap suits. News outlets are now risking too much if they tell the world an epidemic truth. At best, also, they're looking for a Me Too trophy, so what you could do is come and talk to She Bites Media. Harvey Weinstein's lawyer has dropped him from representing him in his trial that is nearing. The main lawyer for Harvey Weinstein has asked a judge to be removed from the case, leaving the disgraced movie mogul without counsel as his sexual assault trial approaches in September. Weinstein has been charged over the alleged assaults of 2 women, rape in 2013, and incident forced oral sex in 2006. He faces a life prison if convicted and is also accused of sexual misconduct with dozens of other women. Weinstein's first lawyer, Benjamin Brofman, withdrew in January after Weinstein hired 2 other high-profile attorneys, Ronald Sullivan and Jose Baez. Pardon me. Sullivan, who also teaches at Harvard, pulled out in May after coming under fierce criticism after he got fierce criticism from the people on campus for defending the man seen given the rise of the Metoo movement. Last week, Baez asked to withdraw from the case as well in a letter State Supreme Court Justice James Burke, who is overseeing the case. Baez stated, Weinstein has engaged in behavior that makes this representation unreasonably difficult to carry out effectively and has insisted upon taking actions with which I have fundamental disagreements. Bravo to the lawyers who removed themselves from representing a criminal, and it's unfortunate that they had to be pressured from their faculty and from the students that go to their schools. However, we could learn a thing or two about this. Toronto lawyer, of course, Marie Heinen, she's someone you should bring up in this situation. She's actually an absolute disgrace to women and feminism everywhere, I can say that. She decided to use what smarts and strength she had to defend disgusting, powerful piece of shit like Gian Gomeshi. Remember him? Yeah, the world would be a different place if more lawyers decided they were not going to help criminal corporations or people and instead fight for what's right, to be part of a solution and not part of the problem. So, and they'll be ousted anyway, so you're gonna have to do it. Okay, well, these have been your major Me Too news for Wednesday, June 19th. Please be sure to swing by tomorrow for another dose of She Bites Daily. Until then, survive, disobey, document. Get that.